Well then, welcome back to another episode of Agrarian Skies 2. This week, we got a little thing in the top left-hand corner there, over there. Just started building it today. We're going to be doing some Thaumcraft this week. We did a lot of applied energistics last week, and there's a thing down there that if you use the world download from last episode, you will have had a chance to explore down there all the spoilers. I was debating whether to jump down and show you what I've been doing down there, but in general, everything that I was doing last week in applied energistics is down there, just slightly more organised and efficiently spaced out. So now I've got sort of like a craftable section of lots and lots of applied energistics craftable items. Auto crafting is available down there. And it doesn't end there, that's just the auto crafting for applied energistics sorted, so I can quickly craft up ingredients for applied energistics as I need them. And when I need an import bus, for example, I can quickly craft an import bus. If I need an interface, I can craft one. If I need an export bus, I can craft one. I believed I was sorting out storage bus as well, but it's not on there. I must have forgotten to do that one. Crafting patterns and components and all the different crystals and dusts and ingredients and things are all now available to me through the applied energistics system wherever there is a terminal, which is good, and that's down there. This little route down here I've had to block off because of the things that I've been doing downstairs. But if you want to have a look down there, you will see it in future episodes, don't worry. I'm just not going to spend any time explaining it today because it's stuff that I did last week, and you'll be able to either look back through last week's episodes or do the world download from episode 30 and have a look for yourself and actually push buttons and see what things are set up as. Today, however, we're going to be doing some Thaumcraft, and I started making this over here. I wanted to make a Thaumcraft tower, and I started thinking, what am I going to build it out of? I mean, what blocks do I want to use to make it? And I was thinking, well, I could use the Britannia stuff. That's pretty nice looking. It's sweet looking. I like the wood design for it. I could use clay and the various dyes for stuff. I could go with the whole lapis idea and dye different coloured lapis blocks and things. But I decided in the end that I wanted a little bit more organic look, as a lot of areas around my base are fairly organic looking. And I think as we expand out onto the next ring, which will be happening soon, because I've just finished, well, I've just used this corner, and there's only this corner over there where I've got my Tinker's Smeltery, which in fact we should go and sort out something for Tinker's Smeltery first. The Tinker's Smeltery area, which is going to get automated to have all of the production of ores from around here automated and going through the Tinker's Smeltery automatically into the applied energistics system in this section. So a kind of a little factory, but it's got to have the same sort of organic feel to things. Everything feels a little bit more organic here, but because I've run out of spaces, I've run out of chunks, I'm going to have to start expanding out a chunk. And I've got some ideas, but I don't want to start on those ideas too soon. I may as well do a load of Thaumcraft this week with you before we get on to that. Now, last episode, as well as the world download, there was also an issue I had with a pick, and I had no idea. Right? Every time I break a block, I would take some damage, and I thought it was just part of the update, because I've been using this pick of tears for absolutely ages. Look, skill level godlike. I've been using it for killing things, I've been using it for breaking blocks, and only in this most recent update has it just started hurting me. So I figured there was just something in the update. I figured there was just something that made breaking blocks damage you, and I think that's pretty evident in the episode. However, you guys were telling me that it's not that, it is the pick of tears itself. The pick of tears itself causes you damage when you use it. So I'm due an upgrade, and lots of comments, too many comments to name everybody individually, said how I should be getting an upgrade because that pick of tears is no longer any good to me. So I've been to the Nether. I've grabbed a lot of netherrack, and I've started pulverising it and sorting it out into this, so that I can get crushed netherrack to go through a sieve. And I was hoping to get some of the rarer ores out of it, but it doesn't seem to be. I got a little stash from previous episodes when we did a bit. I've got 3 broken ardite there. Let's see how we make it. Yeah, it's crushed netherrack, but there's only a 1% chance that we're going to get ardite. And there's also cobalt, a 1% chance of getting cobalt. So I am getting everything else, but cobalt and ardite, the 1% chance, even with 8 fortune upgrades in there, and I've been running stacks through here, I haven't got any more yet. So I would like to upgrade to, Manulium, yes. I would like to upgrade Tinkers-wise quite rapidly, really. But I don't have what it takes. I don't have the right ingredients. So, at the minute, I've got to wait until I get those nether ores from Tinkers. We're going to be looking for, like, alumite. I can't remember which one's the best out of them. But there's alumite. Manulium, I believe, is the better because it's an alloy of 2, if I remember rightly. Let's have a look. Molten aluminium. There we go. Yeah, ardite and cobalt together makes manulium. So I believe that's the best Tinker's version of metal that I can get. There may be some other ones around and about, like there's a demonic, mithril, but these are custom NPCs. I don't know if I can actually get hold of those. And there's thaumium, which maybe I can do something with thaumium a bit later on. Maybe thaumium's better than manulium. We will find out. If you know already, please leave me a message in the comments. It's very helpful to find out things like this, especially with this pick. I mean, this pick was causing me a lot of pain when I was stripping out this area and sorting this out. I was thinking of using something like Invar, and I don't know if I can make an Invar's pick out of it. Let's see. Invar's useful for many things, but it doesn't look like... Oh, wait a minute. Mining level redstone, that's good. So that goes up to obsidian after redstone, I believe. Durability, handle modifier, full durability, minus speed 7, 1 attack. It's the attack that I'm losing, that's the problem, isn't it? Reinforced 2. Not bad. Maybe I should just have a general normal pick to start off with, because iron, the uses of iron will be immense, but the iron pick has smaller durability, better mining speed, does mining level copper. Yeah, if I'm going to do anything, it's going to be an Invar, I guess, just for an upgrade. But I am missing out then on the attack 5, which this is. Alright, so I fixed it, right? I changed the head so that it was made of Invar. So now the repair material's Invar, as you can see there. And I tried it, and it still stung me for damage. So I changed the tool rod to be obsidian. And also, because you can, I changed the binding to be paper. Just because. And it came out with a writable, reinforced 4 haste, smite, auto repair look, and I've just started putting a little bit of sharpness on it. Only a little bit of sharpness. I just wanted to get it up at least 1 sharpness level, so that the damage is 7. The attack damage is 7, which is the same as having a diamond sword. I could put it up more because I've got 7 modifiers remaining. So I'm thinking that I'll probably put something like extra look on, throw some more lapis on it. Maybe make it a little bit sharper because I'm using it as my main weapon as well. Although we do need to get ourselves a beheading weapon. So I'll probably work on a proper sword that's good for beheading and has lots of look on it at a later date when we need to do the withers. But today, as promised, we are going to be doing some Thaumcraft. So, let's start. I was just looking at what quests were open, right? We've got iron caps, easy enough to make, and we've got this Thaumic stone extruder, which there is no recipe for in NEI. I was just having a look to see if there's recipes in NEI for any of this stuff that's opened up already. But I think the only way forward is to get a Thaumicon and then have the 2 books and work between the 2 books. This Thaumcraft playthrough, I think we're going to try and work through the quests mainly. But every now and again, I'll spot something that I want to use elsewhere as part of the bigger picture of my Agrarian Skies, and we'll work on that and focus on it. To get started messing with Thaumic powers, you will need a guide. Click a bookshelf with a wand to create a Thaumicon. This book will allow you to easily reference all the Thaumic discoveries you make. Since there are very few nodes in the void, the Jaded One is willing to give you a node and a charged wand in return for some iron wand caps. Why she wants them? Don't ask. No, really? Don't. Let's see. Nugget. We got some iron nuggets. Okay, so we're supposed to do it that way around. Iron wand cap. Yeah, so we get 2 iron wand caps like that. I just happen to have enough in the process there. Cool. Okay, so we take those 2 iron wand caps, and normally we would put them either end of a stick and it would make a wand, but Jaded Cat is giving us the wand and saving us the stick. We're also getting a great wood sapling, which is very useful, and a node in a jar, which is very useful. The 2 key ingredients early on Thaumcraft that you would normally go out and find in the world are being given to us as quest rewards. And then we've got to pick one. Either a second iron-capped wand, which are fairly easy to make, I've got to say. Yeah. I'm guessing that's a fully charged one that's mentioned near. A charged wand in return for some. So we get the charged one there already. So that secondary one I could easily make. So I'm going to go for the reward bag. Ding, 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 ding. And that's unlocked a load of new things. So first off, the node in a jar is Air, Aqua, Ignis, Ordo, Pedicio, Terra, all 15 of each. That's a nice node. That's a very nice node. What's in the reward bag? A fishing rod. Okay. Hey, I didn't mean to do that. A fishing rod from Mine Factory Reloaded. No! No! No, 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 no. Dang it, that's not what I didn't know. Oh, derp. Hang my head in shame. I guess I'll have to fix that later. Oh, that's the Mine Factory Reloaded way of fishing. I forgot. I've seen people do that before, and I forgot about it. Okay. Just because that's now a dangerous hazard, I'm going to block that off, and I'll go down the traditional ways that I've been going up and down. Alright. We're going to need some soil to plant this great wood sapling, so we'll get that out of the way first. I think I only need 1, because there's only 1 there, I guess. And rather than planting it over there, I'm just going to plant it over here. This is kind of... I've cleared this central area out, so I've got access to all my inventory. I can run to any part of the base that I want around the island, and I've also got a place to just sort of experiment with things and lay things out and play around with stuff while we're completing quests and making episodes each day. We can have a little area for me just to mess around with stuff, and things like that can just grow, and then I can use what I need when I need it. Bone it, give it some boning. The iron caps I'm going to keep on me for now. Let's bone it, see if it works. Not in night time. Let's go sleep. Let's have a quick sleep. I can't believe I threw that fishing rod. I've seen that before in videos. I've never made one myself. I don't know why I would ever make one. It doesn't look like I can bone meal it. Okay, fine. No bone meal in it. Fine. What about a can? Do I still have my watering can? No. Am I thinking another series? Possibly. I don't think I've got a watering can. Or did I get it in the... Yeah, I did. In there. It's an empty watering can because I haven't used it yet. And fill it up. Thank you. Is that working now? Yes, it is. Okay. And is this going to make it work? Well, it can wait. I'm just going to leave it, and it can wait. It'll be fine. Okay. So, moving on. Let's leave that to grow naturally. If it does at all grow naturally. That's that bit done. So, next up... Oh, yeah, we've got to hit this to get the Thaumic thing. I've had this bookcase here for ages. You may have noticed. You just... That's a full one. Just right-click it with a wand, and you end up with this cool Thaumonomicon. And the Thaumonomicon should have some new tabs in it. So we've got this basic tabs here. If you've seen me play around with Thaumcraft before, you'll know what most of this is. If you're new to Thaumcraft, well, you'll pick up bits, but I'm not doing a tutorial on how to go through everything. I'm just going to have a quick skim through to see if there's anything new on any of these tabs that we don't normally start out with. And then we're going to continue to work through the questing side of things. So what's that one? Automagy. I think this is that something to do with applied energistics? Then we've got X Astris. Oh, okay. Because the Thaumic Hammer and stuff. Yeah, okay. So that's all to do with Ex Nihilio and Thaumcraft combined, which is a good place to start because we do need to obtain these shards. As an alchemist, you must be prepared to perform magical powers in any situation. X Astris will provide you such environment. Even shards you could have not obtained can be obtained through destroying specific blocks using a hammer. But in order to prevent the abuse of this power, an alchemist in the past hid the truth, leaving only these clues to find them. Okay, so we've got clues. I actually know what I need to do because NEI tells you. But that's kind of cheaty, I guess. Let's see. Right, air shard. You find me in the place where dryness reigns. Okay, so air shard. So in a desert. Something sandy. Yeah. Fire shard. You will find me as part of prison sealing the burning darkness. As part of prison sealing the burning darkness. So the burning darkness is the nether. You find me as part of the prison sealing the nether. Okay. I don't think it's really the prison. But I guess if the nether is a prison sealing the burning darkness, then nether fortresses and nether bricks will work with that. Earth shard. Find me in a place on the surface reflecting emerald-coloured light. Find me in a place on the surface reflecting emerald-coloured light. Okay. Well, emerald-coloured light is green. And what's greener than grass? Green, green grass. Water shard. We are winter's heart that is dispelled by courier's light. We are winter's heart that is dispelled by courier's light. Well, when you place light next to an ice block, it melts it. So you dispel it with light. Winter's heart is ice cold. Yes. So ice blocks. Entropy shard. I am a block that can destroy you, yet can never destroy you on my whim. Well, what block can destroy us? TNT. But it doesn't destroy it because it does it so itself. It destroys it only when I choose to. So TNT. Order shard. I stand still and stand strong in front of entropy. That clue would be very, very difficult. I know the answer. It's stone slabs. But I stand still and stand strong in front of entropy. Doesn't really give you a good clue if you didn't have any eye to check it out. Okay. So we've got that, and I'm going to make some of those soon. I've got to. What's this? Apocrypha. Botany, blood magic, and other bits. Okay. So we've got alchemical wizard, blood magic. We've got a mix of botany in there, and we've got some other bits and pieces. What's this? School's magic. Many thaumaturgists scoff at the idea of dabbling in another form of magic. Who needs anything other than the pure miraculous power of thaumaturgy? Less judgmental thaumaturgists tell a different story, however. The other magical arts have a lot to offer a budding mage if we know where to look. So this must be that new witching stuff, I guess. But anyway, this is mixing blood magic and botany, which is cool. And that's the first thing that we've got to try and get. That's cool. Okay. And this tab now, Pythomancy, is obviously magic bees. Yeah, MB in the little corner there, magic bees. Okay, and we've got tags around the other side as well. Energistics. Oh man, we've got applied energistics for Thaumcraft, which we're going to have to get a lot into, aren't we? Thaumic Horizons, which, well, Shard Transmutation. Shard Transmutation, that's a cool thing. Shard Transmutation, maybe. Because I know some of those are going to be easy to get shards from, hammering things down, but other ones are not. And look at all the tabs in here for, what's this? Witching Gadgets. Witching Gadgets is the one I thought that was. Okay. Lots of add-ons in Agrarian Skies for Thaumcraft. Cool. And Agromancy, this will be to do with Agricraft. No doubt, maybe. Could be. It says MT in there, but, well, we've got all sorts of stuff to research in here. I'm not going to bore you with the research today, but I am going to get the basics done to get started and make a little bit of something in the tower over there. So, where do we begin? So we'll make a quick cauldron. Tap it with a wand. It becomes a magical cauldron. Claim the reward. Thank you. Then we need tables, which need 2 of these tables. So, yeah, I'm going to need 2 of this for the actual research table. And I'm going to need 1 for the spell table. Okay? And I'm going to take another one because they look cool and I want to even it out a little bit. And then I can possibly make 2 scribing tools. There we go. That'll do. I've got a scribing tool set there. Alright, let's go and set these up and then I can start doing a bit of research. There's a lot of research and it takes a lot of time to create. I'm starting down this idea that... Oh, what have we got around here? Mr. Enderman has spawned over here. How did you spawn over there? Get off. Bye. He should have gone. Yep, he's gone. Into the void with you. Into the void with you, I say. Okay, so the first 2, I'm going to set up a research table. Do I want to set it up here and then have storage around the outside? Yes. Okay, and then throw a scribing ink on it, like that. And that turns it into the table. Now, I've got scribing tools in there. Those are scribing tools I used. If I take them out, it's still the table. But you see the little feather off the side's gone? Yeah, it's cool. So now I've got a spare set here. That's right. And I also need to put paper in there. Actually, no, I need paper and the scribing tools in my inventory when accessing the Thaumonomicon to do that. Right. The making stuff, I'm going to put this over here. And I can put a wand tap, right, I'll right click it, turn it into that. The wand then becomes part of this and it becomes like a little crafting bench. Pretty cool little crafting bench, very nice. And I'm going to put the other one to the side there just to even out that corner a little bit. And I'll put some sort of storage in there for things that I use in here regularly. I'm going to need a cauldron space. Now a cauldron needs a power supply. And I think I'm probably going to put the cauldron in the floor so that I can heat it from underside and also stop things from going into it. I might even do it downstairs actually and have this as my research level. Yeah, I might do it that way. So, with paper and ink in my inventory, scribing tools and paper in my inventory, I can now start doing some research. I generally always go with research expertise and work down this path first, just because that makes the rest of the research a lot easier. So, I don't have the aspects to purchase that, but can I do the normal research? No, it won't let me do the normal research. Well, dang you then. What about that other block that we need to start on? There was like a cobble gen thing that we needed to start on. I'm going to have to read up on all of these things as well. They all seem to require aspects to purchase. So there might not be a lot of research in this. It might be more that I've got to scan aspects to do this. Okay, Right then. Well, I guess in that case, I need to get these shards together to make myself one of these boys here, the thermometer. So I'll grab all that and be back with you in a mo. Okay, this should be easier than I expected, I guess. A thermometer only requires 2 shards of any type. So I'm going to start with this cryptic thing about being in a desert. You have to get sandstone slabs and turn them into a block to get shards of air from them. I'm not sure exactly why that's air, but that's the way it is. So we got 2 of those, right? Well, 4 shards there. And in order to make the thermometer, I need that. There we go. Right, so thermometer, I'm going to take 2 because I like having a spare. The thermometer gives us the quest completed, thank you, and I get some earth shards, claim that reward. And that gives us some ink, claim that reward, I need some more of that as well. The arcane table, I need to pick that back up, I guess. Okay. Passive scanning, scholar's lens. Inserted into the goggles reeling while using the scholar's lens, the goggles will scan all items you see for all their aspects. Oh my days, that is awesome. Okay, on that bombshell. Right, so now I've got all this, okay? I've got these things. I need to get some aspects together. And I can just go around and scan things. Scan things. Doesn't understand that. Let's scan dirt. Yes, I get a bit of that. Scan the greatwood sapling. No. Scan this. No. Scan that. I've got to go and scan all sorts of things. I've got to scan everything I can find and get research points. You'll see that I have no idea what a lot of things are to start off with until I've got the research points established. Well, I like... No, that's not what I meant to do, though. Just throw that on the ground. You can throw stuff on the ground and scan it. So there I'm trying to scan that clock. You can scan, like, cobblestone. No, not quite yet. You can try for water. Yeah, got water. That's it. And slowly but surely you can get through the point where you can then start scanning everything. Everything you could possibly scan is scanned. There are cheat sheets and things available on the Tinternet, but I'm not going to do all of that stuff on camera because it is available on the internet. There are cheat sheets available on the internet, and I'll probably be using them to get through some of this research faster. Let's do the other book and claim that. Get a full heart, claim the reward. Thank you. I think that gave me a new wand piece as well. Yeah, a reed rod for Thaumcraft, so I can make a Thaumic wand out of that, I should think. That's awesome. Okay, well, I think we're running out of time for this episode. We've got a basic start on making all of the Thaumcraft things. Okay, that's not what I can do with it. I'll just check in. We've got a basic start on making the Thaumcraft things. I've got these now. This light, you see, I'll just scan that one torch, and now I've got a little bit of this aspect. We've got auto round here, some reason. If I put other items around that have this aspect in it, then it gives us a little bonus on research. But it appears to me like most of this basic stuff that we are supposed to research is going to be stuff that we need aspects to purchase. So we're going to be purchasing our way through, which means scanning and scanning and scanning lots and lots of things to find out where all of the information is to then unlock this research. Yeah. So I've got a lot of work to do ahead of me, and I will continue next episode with some more stuff and show you what I've been researching. Thank you very much for watching. See you next episode. Goodbye.